Small town boy, broken guitar, and everyone laughed at his dreams. Then one song, one stage, and everything changed. Check out the story of John Miller. This is the story of a young boy, John Miller, who was born in a small town in Alabama. His mother was a waiter at a local cafe, and his father was a transport worker who often worked shifts. The house was cramped. Sometimes the electricity would go out, sometimes the heat would be unbearable. But John had a burning dream. He didn't want to be just a lifer. John Miller, had a passion for music and performance since childhood. He would stand on the school roof and strum his old guitar and sing to the neighbors. His voice was sincere, but the guitar was often broken. The condition of the guitar created the first obstacle in his story of struggle. During his school days, John often faced peer pressure. Other kids would say he was lost in his dreams. "What will happen with a guitar like that? Get a job here and keep quiet." But John wouldn't listen to them. When John was 16, he took part in a local talent show. It was a town hall event where people showcased their talents. John gathered his broken guitar in his heart and took to the stage. People laughed, some applauded, but half of them said he was wasting his time. John began to sing. His voice was weak, but the emotion was genuine. The entire hall fell silent. People began to listen. The music filled their heads. As the song grew, people began to applaud. Finally, John received a trophy for winning. This win was not just a trophy for him. It was a message that you can do it if you try. In the following years, John decided to pursue his music. He applied to the National College of Music, but was denied the application fee. He had no money for transport. He didn't have all the equipment. Still, he started small jobs, giving music lessons to children in the village neighborhood, performing at cafes and small diners, always for little pay. He spent his nights learning, uploading his songs to social media, and dealing with negative comments on YouTube. One day, he had the opportunity to travel to New York City to perform in a large auditorium. The thoughts were scary. The financial pressure was there. Passport, tuition fees, accommodation, transport, everything had to be put together. He borrowed from his parents, used up all his savings, and arrived in New York. The lights of New York, the tall buildings, the busy streets, the world's great talents were visible in every direction. He came on stage while there were thousands of people, some famous singers, some media people. He took up the guitar, sang from the heart, an original song about the story of his life. Some people had tears in their eyes. Some had heard the message that emotion sent. His song ended, applause rang out, people stood up. John had gained initial fame from the New York show. The song, his voice, his style, his story. Everyone was impressed. He got a record label offer, made an album, did concerts, and people were repeating his story on social media. But John knew that the journey was not over yet. With fame comes responsibility. He returned to his town and opened a music studio where young people from poor and middle-class backgrounds could be educated for free or at a reduced cost. He created a foundation that would bring music education to every home, whether on a budget or not. A decade had passed. Janon's album had been released on Blue. His concerts had catapulted him to international prominence, and he had become an icon of the city he came from. This success did not change him, but rather made him more responsible. One day his father said, "Son, you have done everything I never dreamed of. It is all the result of your prayers and Father's hard work and the effort of my never-ending faith," said John. The story of John Miller teaches us, dream. No matter how difficult the circumstances, every human being has the right to dream. Hard work and dedication. Doing a little every day, trying constantly. These small steps lead to big results. Don't be afraid of failure. Every failure is a lesson if you learn from it. Believe in yourself. Self-confidence is the power that takes you from nothing to something great. Give back. After achieving success, helping others, strengthening your town and background, that is true greatness.